From there to the Western Cape now, where shootings have become commonplace in some areas. At least 37 people have been killed in multiple shootings in areas around Cape Town. That's since September last year. Well, in the latest series of shootings, 13 people were killed in Khayelitsha at the weekend, all on the same day. Let's chat to eNCA's Ronald Masinda. He is now in eNCA. Ronald, a very good morning to you. You've been going from place to place, from different areas, especially where gang violence has been rife. You're now in eNCA. What have you been finding out? Is there any answer as to why we're seeing mass killings of this nature?
Yuveka, good morning once again. Well, we are in eNCA, as you rightly mentioned, an area which in the past has been renowned as the murder capital of South Africa. Now, in recent weeks, we've also been hearing reports of taxi deadly shootings involving taxi or rival taxi associations. We also heard of a story of a 22-year-old male who was raped and killed allegedly by a teenager. It seems violent crimes there have become the norm. I am joined by a number of activists in the area. I'm going to start off with Mr. Thulani Pike. Mr. Pike, thank you so much for your time. It's 2021 and we are still hearing harrowing accounts, harrowing stories of people being murdered on the streets. What has been done in the community?
Okay, thank you very much, Ronald. There are many efforts that have been done to curb these gruesome murders in our community, but they are not enough. They are not enough in such a way. We are engaging with the police, especially the police management, and we are lucky in eNCA that we have a station commander that listens to the needs of the community. But what fails us the most is the resources. There is not enough resources to police the eNCA percent. Because when you speak about eNCA, you're not only speaking about Ward 37. You speak about Ward 39, you speak about Philippi, you speak about Old Crossroads, and some of these areas, Lusaka, they are the one who generate more murders for our percent. So we are calling as community of eNCA the minister to come to party and invest more resources to the eNCA percent. Because for the past 20 years, and the stats have shown that we were topping. But those who are in authority, they have not come to the party by deploying more police, by putting more resources. We need more resources to fight crime. At the stage, we are on our own as the community members of eNCA East. Hence, we are there. Thank you.
And just lastly, what is even more scarier is just there's a variety of crimes. We can talk about extortions, we can talk about gang-related crime, and also, as I mentioned in my intro, the taxi shootings. In terms of the community itself, have you been engaging with people who are known to be criminals in the area so that you can perhaps try and reach common ground as to what are the issues on the ground?
Yeah, the thing here, crime is different than in any other area. It's not easy to speak to the people who makes those, serious crime. It's not easy. I don't want to lie. We have not engaged them at all. Especially even the issue of taxi. Nobody wants to touch it because you protect your own life. Right. So that's it.
Let's leave it there. Let's quickly bring on Sisi Nosisana Nama. Thank you so much for your time. You also run an arts center here in eNCA, which should bring some hope to many young, aspiring artists.
Yeah, we are trying our best as much as we have also like a lot of problems. The big issue in our community is drugs and liquor. We are losing our children based on that. And also if we could also have like more resources, like you have like community art centers which are functioning with the resources and programs, and the recreation centers which could be there. That could help a lot because our youth are dying, and at the end of the day, no matter what teachings and what we can do with our youth, if they have nowhere to go, we will never ever have a stop in crime in eNCA, because we also have youth at risk which we could run preventative programs which could also help our youth in terms of getting into drugs and liquor.
Sister Nosisana, before I let you go, one of the biggest issues in townships like Nyanga has been the issue of mob justice. We know that it's been termed in other areas as kangaroo courts, where people from communities are taking matters into their own hands. Is this still the case here? Are you working with police to try and maybe not be in a situation where people who are trying to fight crime could become criminals themselves?
I'll say to you, we as the community of Nyanga, we were never ever been brought up in violence. So for us, it's not easy to do this gang mopping and killings. And also with the work of the police behind us, we don't come to such a problem to reach such a measure that we come up together and do these killings on our own, because we prevent them with the police, which is assisting us. Most especially, Mr. Ngata is everywhere with us. So at the moment, I cannot say that we have a problem like that. We don't have a problem like that. We solve our problems with law. We still have hope that the law will be able to resolve the situation that we are in Nyanga, including with the community itself.
All right. Thank you very much, Sisi, and thank you very much, Tulani Pika. As you heard, Yuveka, one of the issues really is the lack of engagement with people who are behind crimes. You also heard similar stories in Mitchell's Plain where the CPF there and people who are part of the neighborhood watch, whenever they try to speak to these gangsters, they also become victims because they're also threatened in terms of the way that they are trying to keep their communities safe. So it's a very difficult situation for many people here in Nyanga, but also in many parts of the Cape Flats.
Ronald Masinda, thanks very much. Out and about in the Western Cape, trying to get to the bottom of the rise in mass shootings. He was in Nyanga there for us for that particular interview.